little bit windy today, but I decided to do a review on this $125 RC car from Amazon. It's a 1/16 scale. It's a brush motor in there. I don't want to take it off because it's windy and it might get the body blown away. 2S 1000 milliamp hour battery in there. Little brush motor. This is the hand controller blowing over here. Pretty simple hand controller. It is a 3-channel. There's a button on here, but it's not enabled for this car. What else to say about it? It's a 4-wheel drive. It's got diffs in there, so you're going to get variable speed of the wheels when turning, so you're not going to get skipping. Pretty standard for RC cars now, even at this scale. You can see in here, those are LED lights, and it just gets plugged in right through the bumper, and they plug into the receiver up front here. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not a very fast car. It does about 30 kilometers an hour, but for 1/16 scale, what else can you really expect? I wouldn't want to see a 60-70 mile an hour car in this scale, because it's going to hop around, crash. And since all these parts are plastic in here, the drive shaft there, sorry, the dog bones, those are plastic. There is an aluminum drive shaft. You see the silver in there a little bit. Pretty sure that's aluminum. The shocks, they aren't oil filled. They are adjustable for, I guess, preloading, but they are fairly limited. They do work okay. The back is definitely a little bouncy, and you can definitely see it when you hit bumps and everything. The back end really kicks up. But it's not a bad car for what it is. $120, $125, and that's Canadian. So you're looking at, what is that? A little under $100 US dollars. So that's pretty good. And I haven't gone to RC cars in a while. And the reason I got this was, I'm a teacher, and I figure it's always good to have something like this sitting in your classroom. You never know if a kid is going to act up, have some problems, and he just needs to relax for a little bit. And the speed of what just goes, it performs pretty well, so it's not going to be a boring car for a kid to drive around. And it's not a speed demon, so you're not going to snap off the front end in a high-speed crash or anything. And I think this really be good for a kid. It's small. It's what, length of a little bit longer than the length of my hand. So you're not looking at an incredibly large vehicle, 1/16 scale. It's light, it's easy to carry around. It's not going to hurt anyone when it hits anything, unless somebody's face happened to be right there. But yeah, it's a nice little vehicle. I can't really complain about it. I don't know if this is standard for 1/16 scale. Maybe it is, but you see there's just screws holding those wheels on. There's no hex nuts. And that's something I'm used to in my other RC cars, such as I believe it's the Terra Glamis Uno. That one I have, it's going up to, I have it running up to 80 miles per hour, and now it's no longer functional because the parts wore out and it's no longer made. So I'm kind of left without any RC car right now, and this is something to putt around. Bring to school when I'm teaching. Give something for kids to learn about as well with electronics. It can be used for a lot of things like that, and it's not something that's breaking the bank. It works perfectly well as an RC car. It's certainly better than something you find at Walmart or any of those places. It's definitely better. It's not the same level as other RC cars I've had, but you're doing with $125, and my stuff has always been, $300, $400, even more in that price range. The plastic parts it's not something I like, but with a brush motor, I can't see there being too many issues happening. And underneath the hood here, I'm not going to take it off again because of the wind. It's going to blow everything around. But, you know, just that brush motor, simple, I guess that's Dean's connector battery. The battery fits in there very nicely. The strap, it could be a little bit shorter. I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit shorter because it goes around the whole battery once, and when you pull it tight, it kind of has to hook at the very edge of the battery tray, and you have to kind of get your thumb in there and dig it out. It's a little bit annoying, you know, similar to, you know, quadcopters with battery straps. If you have one that's too long, and it's very hard to position it and get a tight fit on that battery. Of course, the battery's not going to go anywhere in this thing. It's the strap. The battery fits almost perfectly. Like, you can't get any different battery size to fit in here. You wouldn't want any bigger of a battery. It's not going to fit. So it's certainly not going to slide around. It might bounce up and down a little bit on bumps. But yeah, it's guess we'll get some driving of it now. So here it is here. You know, it has absolutely no problem going over grass. Absolutely no problem at all. Unfortunately, the hand control is, the steering was a little bit far away for me to easily steer it with my thumb. I'm going to try to anyway. You see, it has plenty of power. Incredible power. You're not going to get burnouts. Oops. Yeah, so you're not going to get burnouts or anything like that on cement. Maybe a little bit of a slippage, but it's not powerful, right? It is a brush motor. You're not dealing with some insane brushless power. Then if you were, you probably would need the upgraded parts like metal gears, metal dog bones, metal diff gears, you know, everything like that. And it's just not something that should be necessary in this power of a vehicle. So try and get some top end speed here. See if I can line it up. Difficult trying to aim this and steer and use the throttle at the same time, that's the best I can do here. There's a lot of potholes in this lot. We're doing the very small cars. Obviously, a pothole is like a jump. Nipping something. It's not just a pothole, right? But you know, it's certainly capable. You know, even going through this right here, you can kind of see just. See, hit a pothole for me there, and that's it. You know, you're dealing with a small car. You know, I can't expect anything more from this. But yeah, I'd say about 30 kilometers an hour. You know, it's plenty fast for the size it is, really. Of course, it is a monster truck, so you're probably going to get some rolling on heavy turns where it just grabs. And also the other problem is, as I mentioned, that rear suspension is definitely a little bit bumpy. Yeah, so it's not a bad car though. You know, for 125 bucks, you're not going to get really any better than this. And it's definitely a good buy. You know, I don't know how the longevity is going to be in the next, you know, couple months, year of use. You know, something might eventually break. There are some upgrade parts, and I presume, you know, you can buy replacement parts for it. So you're not completely SOL when you purchase this vehicle. You know, there's probably other things, especially with something from Walmart, where you're not going to be able to get parts for that, or even battery packs. You know, let's see if it actually gets up here. Oh, look at that. It's actually pretty good. I was kind of surprised it managed to get up there. Let's see if I can get it lined up again. Yeah, see? Look at that. Tires have plenty of grip on that surface to just pull itself around. And on grass too. You're not looking at something that's going to go through deep grass, because the car is lacking just the size, right? But, you know, you got some nice rooster tails coming up here in the dirt. Can't really complain about that. See? You know, for a kid, you can't go wrong with this. Or even an adult just needs a cheap RC car to kick around or something in a small area. It does perfectly fine in this grass, and this grass is, well, it's dead now. It's in the middle of October, so you're not going to getting long grass right now. I wouldn't go any more than probably an inch length in grass, you know, unless it's very, you know, scrangly grass where it's, you know, almost dead. But I wouldn't go in, you know, fresh, nice green grass that's over an inch long. It's probably going to get them bogged up, and you're just going to get stuck there. And you're definitely seeing here it's having struggle accelerating and turning in this grass. Sorry about the video here. It's I'm trying to steer with one hand, watch the vehicle, and point the camera on my phone. So it's not like the best action video going on here, but you know, it's pretty good. And it's definitely something I would buy again. Honestly, I'm quite happy with this. I've had some other Chinese brand RC cars in the past. I think one was the HSP, I don't know, some dinosaur name they gave to it, and I mean, that one, I upgraded it with always aluminum parts, and it just kept breaking other things, and eventually gave it up. I actually ended up paying more for upgrade parts than a name brand, you know, like a HPI or Associated, you know, ready to run vehicle. And I wouldn't do that again. But this honestly seems like a better designed and better built vehicle than that thing. Let's see if I can get close to what I'm doing here. It's really difficult to film, and see, it handles these bumps no problem, right? It just pulls right through. Doesn't. You know, I'm definitely worried about that back end popping up at some point, especially on small bumps where the front end passes that bump before the rear end hits it. But right there, that actually did the jump pretty good. It was got some little bit of air there from a small little curb. And we can't complain about that too much. For what it is, the price, you got those nice LEDs there, right? Those are actually really nice LEDs. I'm surprised at that. I'm really surprised at those LEDs. They are, they fit perfectly into that front bumper. They're not something that's going to get caught on anything. The Vitara I had, or I still have it, just not drivable. It has an LED kit I bought for it. In the kit, you have to glue pieces onto it. Put these lenses on, the things would, you know, snap off and snag things, and it was just no good. This thing doesn't have any problems. That LED. It's not anything crazy with LED lights, but it's nice. It's nice to have those LEDs, especially at nighttime. Oh, yeah. So definitely can't take the huge bumps, right? And yeah, you know, it's an RC car. At some point, the body is going to get banged up. some point. You know, I've already had a couple of tumbles like this, no big crashes, but no. Tried turning there and didn't turn. No, this thing should be able to take these bumps like this. See that back end pop up there? That was just the wrong distance of bump for these. But yeah, you can't complain. It is a good little RC car, especially for the price, and I would recommend it. I don't know longevity, how it's going to be in a couple months. Things are going to wear out, but right now, for 125 bucks, I'm not complaining. So this is that's it. That's it for you. Hope you get a chance to pick one of these up. Maybe you'll like it too. Maybe you have bad luck with it, but honestly, I'm not having any bad luck. Nothing's broken, nothing's funny, everything fits well, everything seems well designed. Woohoo! Yeah, that's it, people.